So, this is Zexion. It's a 2025 running around picking up the items type game. Developed by a single person, Gallant Leaf. A couple of things before we get started here. We can just go straight into a new game. We get this little opening cutscene. We time by in-game timer. But the timing doesn't start until the first input once the landing pod lands here. So you'll notice I'm not going to hit anything here when the pod opens, and the timer in the bottom right corner hasn't actually started moving. It's only when I actually start doing stuff that it starts ticking up. It keeps going through menus, and also when we go out of the game and back in. See, I'm at 7 seconds still. So we just use that in place of any other timers. So I've got this save here that has done the opening cutscene and just goes straight onto the landing site. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. It might look very familiar. A couple of key differences between this and any of your given Metroids. We've got an auto-fire machine gun. So if we hold in our fire button, then it will automatically fire, and anytime we're not shooting, it will charge up a level 2 shot, which is these particles as they kind of swirl around Natu. We're on our way down to go get our first 2 upgrades that are kind of the basis of our movement for the run. And something you'll see when we get into the first boss fight, and also here as well, is that we've got full 8 directions of 8 directions of movement by aiming with the right stick. So instead of pushing a fire button, we can be a lot more mobile while we're running around. This is the Gemini call. It's a very Mega Man 9 Yellow Devil sort of situation, where it switches back and forth the weak spot. And by shooting both halves of the boss as it tries to form up, we actually skip the second phase of the fight. And we can get our first upgrade, the Slide mod. So you're going to see quite a bit of Mega Man DNA in this game. This is kind of closer to a Megatroid rather than a Metroidvania, I like to call it. I'm going to go ahead from here to our second boss, Psycho, who's got our wall jump ability. We pick up a missiles refill, and then our energy tank and first missile expansion. Missiles are quite strong, so your expansions are only 1 missile each. Come on. And something you'll notice, as you'll see throughout the run, is that there aren't that many, not that many enemies actually drop items. Instead, our ammo refills are kind of come from fixed drops around the world, and a couple of boss refills. So we picked up a Mega Bomb. Before we can talk about that, we're on the way to fight our first Hellscar Blade. These are kind of the space pirates of the game. They're stationed in various parts around the planet. And while I could use a Mega Bomb to just sort of immediately kill it, that's not good. A Mega Bomb would kill it. I'm going to take a quick safety save here. Would kill it in 1 hit, but I need this Mega Bomb. I need this Mega Bomb for a room coming up, so I'm going to try to box it in. and just use 3 missiles to take it down. So our next boss is coming up here, Orbalis. We're going to use a Mega Bomb to obliterate all of its weak points all at once, which is a common theme of a lot of the early bosses. Also going to open up this glass tube. Shout out to the OGs. And get a Mega Bomb expansion. Alright, so we use a Mega Bomb. It's a full screen hitbox that can hit twice. And then after we let Orbalis overlap with our hitbox a little bit so that we can get the Force Blaster a little bit early. I'm actually picking up another Mega Bomb here since it's readily available because I want one extra Mega Bomb for a room coming up a little bit later. Alright, so we're going to have a couple of missile jumps in this room and the next one. So missile jumps are just a missile... Whoop. That's not what I want. Missile jump is just firing an angled missile at the wall as you do a wall jump off of it. And it gives us a nice big boost. And I need to do 2 here. The second one I need to do some wall jumps straight afterwards. I don't usually land up on that ledge. And it's a kind of a run ender because I've only got as many missiles as I have to nail that trick, so I would have had 2 more opportunities to try that if I hadn't gotten it then. That lets us skip about 5 minutes of the game doing a big circuit around the underside of the planet, or the underside of this area, and then going into a boss fight that lasts for a while as well with several phases. So instead we can just go straight up to Pulsava here. As you see, the Mega Bomb is quite useful at obliterating the blades. Now we're going to head to our next boss, Twin Heart. So the reason I picked up that Mega Bomb a little earlier is because there is a Hornet's Nest coming up here that I want to destroy because it will give me 3 Mega Bombs. And I need 2 of them to take care of Twin Heart. That's annoying. Well, almost died. The Hornets, as you can see, they get in the way and can potentially kill me, which is why I made sure to... which is why I wanted to get that refill. So for defeating Twin Heart, we get the Snake. This is a single controllable shot that we're only really going to be using to open up certain gates as far as an actual weapon goes. But it's also it can be also be used to pick up items from a distance, and that's going to be the main reason that we're going to be using it. So I'm going to get a refill from this cache here. I'm going to trigger this checkpoint and then reload so that I can, because I keep my missile count. This is Phantom. We're not supposed to be able to get up here, but we can hop on Phantom a lot to bounce up here. And now, what we would normally do in an any percent run is use the Snake to clear out these blocks to be a bit faster to get through. For the purposes of a showcase, I guess we can watch Tarazor here completely paste Phantom. Oh, that's weird. Have not seen Tarazor completely disappear before. That was very bizarre. That's what I want. Ah, so I guess Tarazor's just invisible. do this chase here. The snake disappears if it gets caught on any walls. But to prevent that, we just use, we fire it at an angle, so it goes a little bit slower against the walls, but we get a more consistent approach. That's what Terrazor looks like. And we dunk Terrazor in the acid, very Mario 3 or Spelunky, if you like. Now we get our alpha key. So the goal of the game is we want 4 keys to open up the core and to pick up some Zexion. Our next objective is... the next thing we're going to go do is go to Chris Moon, because we want to get the lance. Yeah, this is where I want to go. All sorts of turned around as I'm trying to talk and play. It's harder than you might think. I'm going to stop up here to pick up a safety energy tank. And then I'm also going to pick up some extra power bombs. These are not necessary, but it's going to make 2 points in Chris Moon a lot more consistent. Another safety save. There's you can get a quick drop through platforms if you drop right as you land on it, and it makes you go a little bit faster through the drop, which can save a little bit of time. We're not quite at the level yet of optimizing the run to that degree, I don't think. I accidentally got caught by that enemy's confusion attack, which makes me, which reverses my controls. It's very annoying. So this is a tricky point here. Oh, thank God. That crystalloid reflects your shots back at you, and we can use the Force Blaster to get a boost up here. We're not supposed to be able to get up here until later when we get the next weapon, the lance, and that lets us skip a fairly sizable chunk of Chris Moon. Should not have picked that up. It's quite disorienting. This is the only. This is meant to be one of the only enemies that we get confused by here. Is that one as we're climbing up. So we're going to come a little bit higher, and then I'm going to use another Mega Bomb just to clear out a bunch of enemies here. Make this ascent a lot smoother. Take a couple of hits. I'm not going to save there because we're going to get a checkpoint save at this boss here. So this is going to be Colossus. Colossus is going to give us the lance. So we have to use the lance to crack each of its weak points first. And once we've cracked all of them, we'll be able to use a Mega Bomb to clear out all of the rest of them. Fire the Mega Bomb. The hand has a lot more health for some reason. So sometimes you have to just do a little extra hit on there. Now, the lance is how we're supposed to use these crystalloids to pogo around, essentially. Now we'll take that save. Not because we actually need it between here and the next save point, but it's nice just to make sure nothing's going to go wrong. Going to pick up another energy tank as well as a Mega Bomb refill. Alright, so we've got one more missile jump coming up here. And I'm going to have to do a missile jump into several jump booster, uses of the jump booster to climb up a very tall chasm. Right here. Just like that. And that skips just having to do a quick circuit around to end up at that save point. I'm taking the safety save because I have to fight 4 blades, and one of them is going to be a red one that has more health, and I've got a consistent way of approaching the fight, but just in case anything does go wrong. Like that. Because the Mega Bomb has a bit of variance in how often it hits, sometimes it can not go exactly how you want. So 4 missile containers, very, very useful. But more importantly, we get the rocket slide. So now our horizontal movement on the ground is very boosted, as long as we've got a flat surface to slide along. But we carry a bit of the momentum into a jump, so it's quite nice. All right, so this is my first big deviation from the speedrun, from the kind of optimal route. I'm going to take this a bit safer since I've been dying here a few times lately. So we pick up the pulse wave. This is going to power up the machine gun with some extra wave bullets. No, there we go. And those wave bullets get stronger when you are at critical health. I want this because we've got a boss coming up in maybe 3 minutes or so, called Siege. Siege is an absolute monster, and the optimal route involves hitting him with a lot of very precisely timed lance shots. But that means you have to get right up close to him, and the potential for dying is very high that way, and I have not mastered it yet. So as a safety, to make the fight much more consistent, instead I'm grabbing the pulse wave and the power cartridge, which also is just a damage boost to the machine gun. And so I'll take those into the fight. Whoops. Pick those up. Alright, so now we're heading into the war zone. If I can jump properly. This is very volatile. Yep, I'll just take these. Now we've got a boss to fight here as well. Alright, that went actually a lot better than it usually does for me, given how I was moving there. The power core upgrades our charge ability. So if we wait for even longer between shots, we get an extra powerful level 3 shot. So what we're supposed to do against Siege, who is the next boss coming up, is use the power core lance to deal a bunch of damage. Instead, I'm going to be using just the machine gun for the second phase of the fight. The first phase is going to be mostly skipped. I'm not great at skipping the entire thing, but we're going to use the power core and the force blaster. There is a cutscene that plays at the beginning of the fight that Siege is meant to be invincible for, but there are certain weapons that can damage him through it, and of the current loadout, the force blaster with the power core as a level 3 shot is the only one that will do it. So I need to get 11 shots ideally. That's 1, 2, 3, and I took a hit myself. That's great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so I got the shots that I want. Didn't get a... I think I missed the power core shot, so I'm going to have to take a few hits there. Great. So now we're in phase 2. That's fine. That's somewhat expected. A couple of deaths to Siege is not out of the ordinary. But again, having the machine gun makes the whole fight a lot more consistent because I can pelt him from a distance. That was really good. That was a really good Siege for me. Alright, so for beating Siege, Siege drops the beta key, but more importantly, he'll drop the X missiles. So these are our super missiles of the game. It's a unique shot depending on which gun we've got equipped. That kind of are based on the properties of that original gun. But also we get the... you can also fire a special ability using if you use a Mega Bomb while you've got it charged. First I want to go pick up a missile here. And the X-Bomb variant for the Lance is this big horizontal dash that gives us a bunch of horizontal mobility that lets us skip most of the water movement over here in Cressazoa. Alright. This is Skovlar by Skovlar. That's Crackamore. By Crackamore. So we didn't actually... We could have just done more X dashes over to where we're going now, which is another boss fight that will let us get to the main underwater area of the game. But picking up the marine jets is almost non-negotiable. It is possible to do a full run without getting the marine jets, and the world record currently does it. But I'm certainly not doing it. Alright. That was okay. So this is Deimos 2. Don't worry about Deimos 1. That was a like a 5-phase boss fight that we don't have time for. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get... Oh, I just barely got enough missiles. I need 30 missiles because each X missile costs 5 missiles to shoot, and I need to use exactly 6 X missiles to defeat this boss. This is also one of the only bits of like solid downtime we get in the run. This cutscene here. The whole run is just very dense and fast-paced because there's no item fanfare and there are no other cutscenes. That's not good. Bit scuffed, what we got there? Alright. We did got no mega bombs out of that, so we're going to refill here, and now we are into Phobis, the water section of the game. This is going to go by fairly quickly, because it's mostly a big... Most of Phobis is just this big open cavern area, and we're just going to do a bunch of X dashes through that. Say hi to the whale. Don't actually need to be careful around those because we get a health refill right here. And with the power of advanced knowledge of where these walls are, we can skip around here. This will skip a... this skips a big segment of tunnels that involve getting chased by a bunch of eels. Just kind of a very roundabout way to get to where we're going. The next boss is Rufius or Refuse. I keep forgetting exactly how it's pronounced because I forget exactly how it's spelled. It's 3 weak points. That goes by pretty quickly. Collect all those items and whoops. And keep on going. So there's a missile in the waterway, a missile container that I would like to get. If I don't get it, that's not a huge deal. I've got one backup that I can pick up a bit later. Alright, great, I got it. I'm going to kill these yellow fish here. There are 3 of them that I'm going to run into. Because they have a guaranteed power bomb drop. Power bomb. What game am I playing? Mega bomb. Alright, so now we're entering Fijedar. The music in this section is absolute top tier. One of the best 5 tracks in the game. Oh, I might have been able to not take the second damage boost there. So using the phaser, which we got a while ago, we can just walk through some walls and skip this ice puzzle. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god, I accidentally boosted into some spikes. That was one screen before the next save point also, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, the music in this was also all composed by Gallant Leaf. Unlike a lot of retro games, retro style games, it was actually all composed using the base NES sound chip. A lot of the time you'll get... a lot of the time these sorts of games will use one of the more advanced sound chips. So it's pretty cool. You get to see kind of what the NES like really was capable of. Alright, there we go. That's much better. And we get our save, and we're straight into the next boss fight, Deimos 3. Whoops. Alright, I messed up my timing on the power core there, so I had to take a bit of damage. Now we have this chase sequence. Gonna need to get some more refills here. I'm gonna get this Mega Bomb, and there's a couple of options about where to use it. I'm gonna use it right here because it clears out these turrets to make running through here a bit more consistent. Okay, I had to focus there because I usually end up dying there. Alright, I messed up a little bit, so I took a bunch of damage, and hopefully that doesn't get me killed. Actually, no, I get... Come on. I got the energy refill, so it's okay. But yes, we get the Arc Plasma. This is a very strong shot, just across the game. And it also lets us break certain blocks. We're not actually going to use too much of it, though, because the charge time makes it kind of impractical for a speedrun. Going to grab this Gamma Key before Phantom gets to it, which also gives us a free heal. Going to avoid the victory lap. There we go. And now the Fijedar escape. We are also going to just do a bunch of X dashes here. Didn't need to go all the way up there. So we do 1, 2. Whoa, overshot it. I ideally want to land on this platform and stop my momentum completely. And now I need to not get killed by Donkey Kong. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at it. So this is the missile that I do not need to pick up because I got the one in the waterway. And now we've gotten everything we need to kind of approach the final portion of the run, which is kind of the road to the Omega Key. We just got to do a bit of backtracking here through this water, which is it's not a backtracking. But here we go. So we're backtracking through the early portion of the game for a little bit. But with the Force Blaster, we're going to be able to take a slightly different route. I forgot what part of the game I was up to. I was meant to do a bit of a coyote jump to clear that room. So now we can just take a shortcut through here to get to the other side of Machinus. This ammo refill is going to be pretty important. We are going to use almost all of our ammo to kill the next boss in Retava. So this is a point of the run where I'm also going to diverge a little bit. You can, well, there's a bit of, it's kind of a, oh goodness, what have I done? That's what happens when I try to talk and play at the same time sometimes. I need to go get that elevator from before, and also I need to take a safety save in here, and there is a missile box that I can now access with the phaser. So, got a couple of things to do. Always forget that I need to go to the left side here. So we break these missiles and phase through, grab the missile box. And I'm going to take this save here because I don't expect anything to, I hopefully won't die in Retava, but if I do, I would go all the way back to the start of the Deimos, the end of the Deimos fight, rather. Which is a very long run back. Come on. This is meant to be a very complex series of tunnels, as you can see. I'm going to skip most of it by walking through these walls and going to this shortcut. And it's useful because it also lets us pick up a Mega Bomb expansion anyway. Now we're going to drop into Rock Rug, and then we're going to reset to get our health back. I miscounted my shots, so that's normally supposed to be a 2 cycle. But fortunately, was not too much of a time loss. And already we go into our next boss fight against Essos. This one we're going to use the X-Bomb variant of the Force Blaster. Oh, a little bit too early. But it is the trusty X Factor. if you did, did it a little bit too early, but if you do it correctly, and then one extra X missile later, it is a almost instant kill. Alright, now we're into Volknor. This is the lava area of the game. Of course, as you might expect, it's got to end with a lava level. And it's a very complex series of platforming. That I might not be able to talk super well during. And also, again, Mega Man, it's a bunch of refights. This time, we could still kill the other parts of the core before they fuse, but it's way faster to just kill them once they've fused. Oh, come on. Oh my god. That refight can get really out of hand if you don't get the quick kill properly. Oh, yep, accidentally dipped myself in lava. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, I decided to grab a heal there. Won't be too big of a deal. This fight against Spheeralis is basically the same, except it takes 2 Mega Bombs and we are confused during it. There. Just as a safety, I'm gonna grab a health refill here. If I do this right, I shouldn't take any damage, but... And naturally, I don't take any damage. But that's fine, as long as we don't die. We get the focus crystal here, which just makes the lance even better. It gets more damage and range. Whoops, messed up that quick kill. That's fine. I probably could have just done more X-missiles because we've got an ammo refill just down there. I'm not going to take it because I'm going to flood this chamber with lava first. In the optimal run, we would get the ammo refill, then flood the chamber, and we would do a X-dash through the lava as it's falling down. But that does a lot of damage, and I'm a coward. I will one day be strong enough to do that. Okay, the Neo Phantom fight. There is a setup that I'm going to try to get, and if I don't get it, it's going to be faster for me to just reset than try to catch them, because this is a very big arena. So it starts with getting that. I did not get that properly. Yep. Just plain faster to go back. One more try. Here we go. This is the one, surely. Did I say that one? This one. Absolutely. There we go. I keep on firing. Oh, goodness. I sometimes fire the first missile a little bit too late. Unfortunately, I did not get the good ending. Phantom needs to be on the top level to finish the fight. and they might decide to just run all the way around the opposite direction. Oh my god, come on. There we go, and we get our Magnus armor. And I achieve my ultimate form. So this is half damage and reduced damage in lava. Gonna pick up our last missile box and our last regular missile container. And now all we need to do is get back to the core and do the end game. And we emerge right underneath Chris Moon. Gonna pick up one more Mega Bomb again for safety. I'm having a lot of trouble getting out of here. More than I usually do. The reverse controls also applies to up and down, so it's when that happens I need to suddenly start holding down right so that I can go up left. Oh, forget it. I'll just do the core a bit more slowly. Alright, here we go. Core time. So everything in the core does a lot of damage, and if I'm a bit silly about it, I might die. Potential photosensitivity warning here. I did reduce flashing, but there is still, you know, quite a few color changes. Yep, that was silly. I should have just stopped. Silly, silly, silly. Alright, here we go. Gonna lock in for a bit. Well, that was meant to be a cool X-dash over to the other side. Now we're just going to take it a little bit slower. Okay, great. Hard part's over of this part. We still have to grab the Zexion and now get out. And this is the portion of the escape of the run that we like to call Pirate Party. Because they start to spawn in a lot of blades. And this is why I picked up the got the elevator back down here, because it'll be much easier for me to just be able to ride this all the way to the top. Alright, now we get to the... come on, just need to get over here. And now it's the final boss time, Deimos 4. The first 3 phases of this fight are mostly a formality. We're just going to use a lot of X-missiles and X-bombs to take care of it. It's really phase 4, well, we're going to skip the 4th phase, so it's phase 5 that we actually want to worry about. I did not need to pick up all of that ammo. That was silly of me. Alright. So that's phase 1 done. Phase 2, we're going to use the X-bomb of the machine gun. And now for phase 3, there's a quick kill. If I'm hoping I get it. I've been getting it pretty well lately. Which is going to involve hitting 4 weak points as this tower rises out of the ground. And that skips the 4th phase, which is a kind of space squid battle that happens as you're falling back down to the ground. So now we get the real final boss. There's still going to be a bit more after it, but this is the part that's like actually got a lot of variance, because like Siege, Deimos. Oh, this is not a good pattern. All right, that's what I want to see. Oh, so close. I should have just done the last Mega Bomb. So this locks them in place for a while, which lets us get a bunch of X-bombs of the... There we go. Okay, let's get a bunch of X-bombs for the... of the arc plasma. We're going to use our last Mega Bomb to clear out that attack, not even have to worry about it. Now we're supposed to need to use the snake here, and also then just watch this cutscene play out. Not great damage here, so I'm going to have to fight the next portion a little bit. But there's basically meant to be a cutscene, so... but we can do a lot of damage while that's happening. There we go. Okay, one more phase to go. And this is gonna, this is another portion of downtime. Deimos takes no damage here. We just have to wait for this to finish. I'm going to be able to use one more X-missile, and then I'm just going to have to position myself correctly and not die for about 10-15 seconds, and then the boss will be over. Okay, that was close. I took contact damage, and like, even though we've got the Magnus armor, we were also meant to have like another 10 energy tanks at this point. Siege would never be a transphobe. Alright, so time ends, obviously the time is going to stop in-game anyway, but it ends when I touch my ship, and I'm going to try one more X-dash to land. Damn it, I'm so close to getting that. One X-dash, final X-dash, gets us into the cockpit before it has to land, if we do it right. But that's Zexion. That was any percent. Also a massive PB for me in this recording. My previous PB was about 1 hour. Now it just goes to show, if you do your safety saves and simply don't die that much, you can get a really good time. Of course, from 47 minutes, the next like 10 minutes of 10-15 minutes of time save are extremely on top of, you know, not dying. Like, not dying is about another 5 minutes of time save, and then the rest is execution on movement. So it's pretty spectacular to watch the top runs so far. But of course, we would love more people running this game, which is why I would like to submit this for hotfix. Alright. Skip the rest of these, so if anyone has not played the game, they can play for themselves. And let's see those final stats. 18 deaths. I'm pretty pleased with that. Down from the like 37, I think, that my last run was. Alright. Well, that's Zexion. And honestly, I might just send this in as my recording. We'll see. But I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to go take a break for a bit. And, oh, I'm going to get my first tier 3 achievement. Still have to actually go get all 5 eggs in a single run. I should probably do that at some point. Yeah, there's a bunch of secrets in the game, and special extra achievement sort of challenge runs, like not firing any missiles and low percent, and then what goes beyond low percent, the speedrun categories. There's a built-in randomizer, all sorts of fun stuff. So it's really cool, and I recommend everyone play it, because genuinely, I play a lot of Metroid-type games. This is the best one I've played since Super Metroid. But anyway, back out of here, give you some music to listen to. I'm gonna be back in a little bit.